You want to see something really special? We found this in the middle of the forest. All right, here we go. Down into whatever it is that is here. Yes, indeed, that is the activity that took place on the Atlantic Wall. The fortification line stretched from the top of Scandinavia to the bottom of France. Hitler said fortified everything, and they did so. Today, it's History Hunter and Eagle Eyes. We are at the Atlantic Wall, and today we're going to share something very special with you. Eagle Eye is in control of the GPS, the maps, the coordinates, everything. I'm just a passenger. My son is so eager, he's out here, he wants to share with you. So give him some good thoughts and vibes on the comment section. And if you want to help us really good out, you can watch the videos in full length. That is absolutely appreciated, and it helps out with the YouTube algorithm, which is not that kind to us. The historical things should be hidden away. We don't accept that, so we are here to share it with all of you. So inside here, this is a part of the Atlantic Wall. That's the fortification line here. Inside here, the Germans hid away some very important structures that had one purpose, that was to protect and in a way be able to take care of business here if the Allies attempted to come in with aircrafts or vessels. And it just looks like a little forest, but believe me, there are very special features inside here. Sometimes it can be pretty tough to find these structures, especially the ones which are destroyed. But this way here, I think you have to go around here because the bushes are so thick. So if we go around here, I think maybe that is the position. They are very often on higher grounds, so they have better view. There's a little pond. We don't want to go to that one. So where are we and where is it? Could it be over here? Yeah. I think maybe in here, huh? Shall we go in here? So this one is one of the ones which is very difficult to find because they're very often buried and they're very often just forgotten. It has to be that one, huh? That's high up. Let's go over here and follow this ridge here, and then we just continue all the way to the top from the ridge side. Yeah, we found it. This is all that's left. You can see where we are in absolutely no man's land. And it's such a challenge to go here, to be honest. And well, we're going to do our very best. But as you can see, under here, let me show you exactly where Eagle Eyes is standing. That is where they had the flak gun. And I'm going to show you an image of one of these, of the footprint in the ground that looks like this. Yeah. So this is basically the top. And then we have, you can see here, it's been blasted, really blasted. See that? We were hoping that we could find an entrance, but highly doubt that. So this is the only thing that we can actually see. You can see the rebars coming out of it. Very heavy duty built. This is the profile on the side. Yeah, it's been completely smashed. There's no way we're gonna get inside this one. But that's the first target. And here is the trench where the soldiers came in. You can actually see that still here. So that goes into the terrain. So now we're going to find the second one, which is actually right over there. Yeah, we are rushing because the daylight's going to go away. And you can see these paths here. Many of these paths were the same ones that Franz and Wilhelm and Reinhard used. They walked here and they were doing their duty. So they carried maybe munition and gear and food back and forth to these locations. But we are just walking, so we're a bit fortunate. But this is exactly where that took place. So what Eagle Eye is tracking down now, or hunting down now, is the L413A. It's a munition bunker. If you want to have anti-aircraft gun positions, you need to have munition, ammo to feed those guns. And that is a bunker which is supposedly being here. But I hope, almost fell on my ass here. This is heavy duty work and we're doing it so quickly now. We're rushing off here. But to be able to take out vessels or aircrafts, you need munition, and that's for sure what we hope to find in the forest here. It's such a privilege and honor to be able to share all this thing with you, all of this with you. I just enjoy it, and thank you each and every one of you supporting us on Patreon and PayPal. It is absolutely so appreciated. And if you really want to help us out to reach more locations, you know, we have this little super thanks feature here. That is your possibility to help us out with some gasoline into the fuel tank. Go out and share incredible moments like that. And I think that Eagle Eye actually found the ammo bunker. So that's one of the results of your kind support. Let's go out and see what that 413 is all about. Wow, that's the ammo bunker. Again, fully buried. I was so hoping that this could be open. But this thing here is where they stacked away the ammunition. And it was very necessary to have heavy duty bunkers to protect their investments. The ammunition were their investments just as much as the gun position. Sorry. And too bad. The opening is actually right down there. And why is everything shut here? That is irritating, to be honest. Very, very irritating. So this could have been such a cool experience for people to come here and actually go and oh, eagle eyes! Wow, are you kidding me? Is it open here? Boom! No, somebody did a very good effort. They don't know where the opening is, but they really sure tried. But you can see here, these are camouflage hooks. These are, you know, where they put and stretch the net of the camouflage over here to protect the entrance area. So this very often gave it away that the entrance could be on this side. On this one, I'm not 100% sure exactly where it is, but I do think it is. Yeah, I think it is on this side, because this is towards the ocean. They would never have the openings towards the ocean. They would have it to the side or behind, so that the Allies can just ram it in there. So, I'm not sure. Somebody did a very good effort in trying to figure out that. All right, we have more on our schedule, but then we have to go a little bit further over that way. All right, we're gonna go to AL411. That's a searchlight bunker for the 60 centimeter searchlight, which would look something like this. And this is actually a very important tool for the Germans, because that is how they could spot the aircrafts coming in, and that was of high significance. And let's see if we can find that position. We are on this exciting World War II road trip, taking us to so many locations, especially on the Atlantic Wall, but also, wow, I can see something really cool going on right there. And then there is this, this is where the searchlight bunker is. So we will have to see if we can find that going through here. Let me see. Yeah, here we go, here we go. The searchlight bunker was just that. It held a searchlight, and they put that on top of it. Here you can actually see, that is so cool. See here, these are the original running trenches in the dunes here. You see that? Coming up from here, 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 crossing down to here. And there's a very special bunker behind us. What do you say, Eagle Eyes? Is it here? Or, I'm not sure. Let's check the map first. That, my friend, is a German World War II S-mine display, and we create and give them away to our Patreon team members. This is a German Soldatenheim little shadow box. This is a 9mm munition box. Everything here is original. These are artifacts from the Second World War, and we give them away to our Patreon team members. If you want to check out how to become a Patreon team member, there's a link here in the video description where it says more. Just click that, then you click the link for the Patreon, and then you'll see how you can become a Patreon team member, and you will in the end up with something absolutely spectacular, some small artifacts from the Second World War, and we will share history in a very special way together. We're actually on top of this bunker. It is right here but it's 100% buried. But there you can see the end of one of the trench systems. That's a machine gun position overlooking the road, which is just close by. That is very interesting to see. And you can see the highway of the soldiers coming up here and then going to the right. Wow. But we just spotted another one, so let's go up there. This is very cool. It's almost time for the flashlights. And we think we have a very, very cool surprise for you further down here. I can't wait to share that. We think we found a spectacular underground bunker. And we can't wait to see if that's true. And if it is, you're going to love that, but we're going to save that for last. So let me see, guys. Let me see. We are looking for 2 or 3 more structures and a gun position. I think that must be like over there. Wow, it looks so cool. It's getting darker and I need flashlights very soon. The next position here that we're going to go to is over here, but we have to have a detour around some small ponds. We don't want to sink into that. And there are quicksand in this area, so, but I know exactly where that is. I'm not going to fall into that. But wait, this is so cool. So down here, there's a flat 75 centimeter position. There's supposed to be a Regelbau, what's called a 622, a Mannschaft bunker, and a VF58C. This thing here, all of that is down there. So that's going to be really cool to see if it's still there. All right, Eagle Eyes has found the 7.5 centimeter gun position. I know it's going to be a bit difficult for you to see too many details here, but nevertheless, we're going to do our very, very best. This is exactly where that gun was. It's a bit of a field kind of position, and you have to use your imagination actually. So I'm going to flash up this one. You see that? This is exactly where they had that gun, and that could fire down at that direction, which is down at the ocean. And just next to this one, there's supposed to be a Regelbau 622, which is a Mannschaft bunker, and I think that is that thing there. Let's see, guys, if that could be the 622. That would be so cool to find. I keep falling into these holes everywhere. Oh my goodness. Look where we are. This is magnificent. We don't go to the tourist places. We go to these places that nobody else goes to. This is all the way out there, and I'm so happy for that. But please don't tell me that they buried this fantastic Regelbau up there. Please let it be open so we can show it to you. But as I said, we have a very, very interesting surprise for you at the end here. And stick around, I think you will enjoy that. We found a way into a massive underground bunker. Well, at least a very, very interesting bunker. So we'll check that out. I think this is the position where they had, oh, there are trenches everywhere. They must have had a gun here as well. You can see this area here. I think they had a second gun here. But where's the 622? Can you go up to the top there? And I will check here since we are running out of time actually. Let me see. Oh, there's a square here. That could be a place where they had a barrack. Where is the 622 and where is the VF? Wow. This is insane. You want to see something? I got this incredible flashlight. Let me show you something. I have this special mode, like this square. Look at that. I can actually see for like a kilometer out there if I want to pinpoint on something special. This can be way, way out there. Normally, I'll just use it like this. Did you see it? No. All right, let's bring out the map again. Wow, it turned into a night dig or night hunt. That is the ventilation shaft. This, I think, let me see, is this the front side? All right, there is the machine gun turret. You can see that. That is on the end of the Regelbau 622. That means that the entrances are just under here, but that is a separate piece of the air defense system of this bunker. Let me show you how it looked like. It's actually a piece of metal there. Okay, so in this circle, you can see there used to be a metal circle here. The guy would sit here, and his purpose was to have control of the near area. You see here, this is what he took control of, and his job was to take out whoever came close to this Regelbau. So it was a near defense position for the WWII itself. And next to this bunker on left and right hand side, there's a VF-58C, a machine gun bunker. Did you find it, you guys? No. But I'm gonna go down to this side here, but I do think the entrance is fully buried. So we're actually standing on top of the roof. And that means, let me see here. Is that what I think it is? Yeah, that's another one. See that? That is a ventilation shaft, and that goes not now, but it goes straight down into the bunker. Have you checked the backside to see if there's any kind of? No. And there's a third. So Eli found the opening. Oh boy, he is such a trooper. He can spot anything. Wow. Are you ready? Let's go down into the past and check out this WWII 622, where, well, at least 10-12 guys stayed. Wow. On the side here, you can see the camouflage colors. It was actually made with a purpose to cover up the entrance a little bit. And this is the shot, the entrance where the German soldier could keep you out by staying inside there with a gun and take you out at any time if they wanted. There used to be some heavy-duty steel doors here. They're not there anymore. Just imagine, Eagle Eyes, we're going to be able to show them 2 underground complexes here. That's going to be so cool. Wow, look at that. This is a 2-room bunker. And I just have to do something here like this, yeah? And what is that? It's not a chimney. I've never seen that before. So what did they do here? So this is the second entrance, and it's probably bricked up, absolutely concreted up shot. So if you go behind me, guys, and you can see here, a bit further back, this is the second shutter. It's right there. And then they took away the doors. They were heavy-duty steel doors. And why did they do that, Eagle Eyes? Why did they take them away? Well, they actually melted them for other things. After the war, metal was very precious, and that's why they're not here anymore. First room, as I said, there's 2 rooms in this bunker. And yeah, it's painted yellow, and they very often were in this region. Can you see if you can see some text, Eagle Eyes? This is fantastic. This is where the bunker oven used to be, right there. And the fumes came out from that tube there. This is the shutter. Can you feel if that can move, Eli? No, it's shut. And sometimes you can find pieces inside here, tiny artifacts like buttons, heel irons for the boots, all of that. That is not the original bunker oven. That's where they had an air pump, and that will look something like this. And me and Eagle Eyes, we have actually found some of these in fully functioning order, and we have actually cranked them up, and we could feel that the air pressure could build up. So that was very, very cool. And then you come in here, second room, just the same as the other one. Could have been a ventilation shaft coming out there. Let's go over to this side and we'll show it from here. These are the proof of the bunks, the beds. They were hung up here, and you can see these are the attachments for the inner side of the bunk beds. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. So imagine Hans Wilhelm, Friedrich, they all had to flip that bed down every evening, and then they went to sleep after they did their duties here at this bunker. Wow, this was, and there's also another second air pump. And again, a lot of things on the ground here. Main power supply coming in here. And if you go through all of this rubble, you could be lucky. Oh, Eagle Eyes, pick up the bottle, pick up the bottle. Let's see if that is a German one. It could really be. Turn around a little bit. Yeah. Let's see what it says. I'm not sure, but it looks really, really old. That could have been a beer or wine bottle from the German activity here. And as I said, You could be very fortunate to find something, but then again, a lot of people has been here. Wow. Let's go out and see if we can find this machine gun turret. If not, we're gonna bring you back to a very, very special underground experience. So, we have come to the last destination. And just underneath us here, there is something special, absolutely special. And do you want to see it? Right down there, that's the entrance to the underworld. And that's the last feature that we're going to show you. So let's go down and check this underground bunker out. All right, here we go. Down into whatever it is that is here. We just haven't got a clue. I just saw that it was possible to get inside. And Eagle Eye's gonna be, oh wow, what is that? Oh, Eagle Eyes, yeah? You have to climb in this round, you know, this huge round circular tube that is in these bunkers. Yeah. Wow. So this tube is the entrance. Oh, you don't want to be claustrophobic in here. Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. All right, I do think I know what this place is. It's a rather big bunker. Oh my God. I'm coming. Oh my goodness. I'm actually skidding down this insane ventilation shaft. Holy pancake. Wow. All we do for you guys, it's a pleasure, to be honest. Wow. So I'm gonna get out here. Okay, you have to give me a second because I don't want to drop the camera, so bear with me. That is spectacular. That is one of the coolest entrances I've ever done in a bunker. Hope you enjoy that. That was massive. I do recognize this bunker. It is actually a machine bunker. Also, where they had, there used to be a massive door here, a huge steel door, and this is where they could have the gear for the, remember I told you about the searchlight? So it's called, if I'm not too mistaken, it's a machine bunker. See there? That's the shutter. And there are some spectacular original drawings on the wall there. QYSea, so QYSea. And there are some spectacular drawings there. Can you see that? That's a soldier and a lady. Wow, it's still here. And on this side, you can see there's somebody smoking a cigar or something. I'm not 100% sure whether that is it, but there's a drawing there. Wow, what a spectacular place. Oh, this is just a tiny little room. Maybe generated to produce power. Exhaust being kicked out there, I'm not too sure. This was I think it was a generator and a bunker where they had machines for the searchlights and all that. It is so clean. Holy Madonna. Look at that. One-way blast valve. It works. So if there was a blast wave coming from the outside, if this was open, all the soldiers in here could die because of the blast. So what happened was the blast came in and boom, it shot like that. And you can actually see the producer name and everything there. Bregerwerk. Oh, wow, that is so cool. This flashlight is a bit odd. It will shut down when it gets too close to an object. Wow, I love this place. Ventilation shafts. This is where they had that pump, the air pump. Spectacular. But there's something even greater at this area location. We're going to show that later. And that's the shutter for people trying to get in. Well, sometimes these shutters even actually works. Let me see. No, it's stuck. Wow. I know I say wow, 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 but come on, you can't blame me. I think there were tiles once here. There is actually tiles still here. You see that? They tiled this room. And are there bunk bed hangers? Yeah, there is. that means that the soldiers stayed here. And that is the attachment for the bunks on the wall, you see that? And then you have the bunk hangers here, just the ones that we saw in the Regelbau 622 further down. That means there were crawling of German troops here. And we're going to show you some absolutely spectacular features later from this area. And I think you will enjoy that. And we actually also discovered by some very special drawings that we got from a subscriber or a supporter. His granddad, he worked here on something very special right after the war. They found out what the Germans had here, and he has a map. He gave us that map, and we had to promise not to show it to anyone, and we won't. And there are something really spectacular here, and hopefully we're going to be able to show that to you later. So Klaus, the lady and the gentleman there still on the wall. How fantastic is that? Wow, this is absolutely spectacular. I am so happy we stumbled across this little hole in the ground. What can I say? History is awesome. Yes, that took part on the Atlantic Wall, and we will look for more very interesting locations right there. As you saw, we do the research travel, do all the work ourselves. So if you want to help us out, we have the super tank feature here. Very simple for you to help us to put some gas into the gas tank of the camper van and go out and share even more. And you can also do it by a little PayPal donation. And you can find the link here where it says more. Just click that. And then you find the PayPal link, make a donation, and you actually take part in the draws of the beautiful World War II shadow boxes and artifacts that we give to you every month. You can check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month and see if you could be the lucky future keeper of something really interesting. It is greatly appreciated. What am I doing here? Well, I'm working on a German World War II Luftwaffe project. Me and my son, we are on the hunt for something really special, which is out there in the nature, and we'll share that with you later. But it's a very, very exciting project, and we think that could bring some light into a project that has been kind of out there for a very long time, but it seems like nobody has taken interest in it, and we will check it out. All right, thank you for being here. Stay safe, keep smiling, and before you know it, we will be out there sharing even more great history with all of you guys. Stay safe, and bye-bye.